Anam koinam kese komu, anam koinam kese kom sasa.
His Excellency, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, all other protocol observed. I am so excited. So excited. I pray every day that God will see us through this project. I know we have seen this magnificent edifice, but the critical factor is that airlines in Nigeria are born and they fail after a few years. Because we struggle with capacity to maintain our airplanes in other countries. At times you park your airplane for 1 month to get an opportunity to maintain the airplane. Now, Ibom Air is here to stay, as to stay for a very long period. Our governor would have designed an MRO to take care of Ibom Air. But because this is Nigeria, this MRO has the capacity to sit in 8 Airbus A220 aircraft, at the same time, climate controlled, these doors all shut. And because we maintain airplane in a sterile environment so that the dust does not interfere with the instrumentation. So we will also, as we go along, open the MRO to third parties so that we assist other airlines in the region. This facility, we had approached Airbus Consulting to assist us to put this MRO into operation. It's like a little village. It's very, very big inside, with all the facilities and workshops that would help us even repair the components. And we don't want to get it wrong. So the Airbus Consulting, the first team will arrive here in 2 weeks to assess and see what else we need to add to it. I must thank Governor Udom Emmanuel, because this attempt to build an MRO in Nigeria started in 1978. That is so many years ago, over 50 years. It hasn't been built. Even in 1982, in one of the flights to New York, they took us and showed that this is the company that will come and help us build MRO. But now, in 2003, the vision was only actualized by Governor Udom Emmanuel, even though it was started many years earlier by Governor Victor Atta. But the significant thing here is that we have an MRO that is world-class and the opportunity to train our young Akwa Ibomites in the art of aviation maintenance. So our team, the management staff, the directors of Ibom Air are very confident that this will be put to use in order that the vision of our governors is visible and is realizable. Let me say what we're experiencing now. The governor had provided funding to train 20 young Akwa Ibomites as engineers. 20 is not enough. This facility will need at least 100 qualified maintenance personnel. So I would urge each and every one of us to look at our children that are smart and prepare them, because that is the first request that will be made of the incoming governor, to continue the training which was already started. And I'm proud, I mean, there's no screen here. I would have shown you the picture of those young men and women who are already in training. But because of time, I cannot explain to you, but let me just mention some figures. Each time we went to maintain an airplane in Europe, our technical partners are in Holland. So we pay a minimum of $1.3 million. For the equivalent check would only cost us about $650,000. So we are going to be saving 50% of expenses on each aeroplane, and by 2024, with 15 airplanes in the fleet, multiply $650,000 by 15. Then you see the magnitude of savings. In no time, we will realize the investment for Akwa Ibom. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, listening to an aviation professional of the mold of Captain Udom reel out facts, figures, and situate these in historical and even contemporary analysis. Those of us who are really rookies in the field of aviation now have an opportunity of appreciating better the impact and the import of the investment here, which was started by a man who saw the future and is here today, and realized by the man who also sees tomorrow and is also here today. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when children grow up in an atmosphere, they actually want to be the things that they see around them. Since, like His Excellency loves to say, consumption is a function of availability. Before now, you would hear children say they want to be teachers, they want to be lawyers, they want to be doctors, they want to be engineers, because those are people that they see regularly. But now the Akwa Ibom child can dream aeronautical engineering, can dream of being a pilot, can dream of professions in the aviation sector. Simply because growing up, they have seen in their own backyard facilities like this, which definitely is designed to improve on their capacity and get them function better in that particular sector. So we thank you very much, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for coming out today to be witnesses to history. We're going to take another message of goodwill, and this one is going to come from a gentleman who is visiting Akwa Ibom today like he has done very many other times. Currently sitting in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, speaking for the people of the Federal Capital Territory, a friend of Akwa Ibom State, and a very development-oriented member of the National Assembly. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Senator Philip Aduda, Senator representing FCT in the Senate. He'll come forward for a message of goodwill. Please put your hands together for him.
I have seen the Lord's goodness, His mercies and compassion. I have seen the Lord's goodness. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. One more time. I have seen the Lord's goodness, His mercies and compassion. I have seen the Lord's goodness. Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, this song indeed is a very wonderful song to, while sending you off, I want to say that we have seen the Lord's goodness, His mercies and compassion to our various lives and to your life. Having said so, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, my own dear elder brother and friend, in no particular order, the Deputy Governor, Uncle Moore, the former Senate President, the incoming Governor of Akwa Ibom State, our own dear brother and pastor, my own dear colleague, distinguished Senator Eko, coming in as Deputy Governor, former Governor of the state, our own dear incoming Governor of Imo State, Senator Anyawu, former Speaker of Kwara State House of Assembly, former governor of this state whose vision we are carrying on and looking at and sharing, with those who came with us with the National Working Committee of the PDP, former governor of Benue State, our own dear brother, distinguished Senator Gabriel Suswan. Permit me also looking at, yes, the PDP state chairman and other of our colleagues, members, State House of Assembly, members of the National Assembly. Permit me to observe all protocols. I was just talking with the governor and I said, while we're struggling with a second runway, trying to create one in Abuja in the FCT, here we are commissioning a second runway for the Akwa Ibom state and also the maintenance, repair and overhaul facility of this airport and the international terminal building. Your Excellency, you have put the state on a pedestal of prosperity and progress. All I can ask is that those who are coming behind you, by the special grace of God, should put this into use and make sure that there's maintenance. Why I'm saying this is because this will serve as foreign direct investments, earnings, and bring in lots of money as it relates to the aviation industry. Because as it is, Your Excellency, you have taken the aviation industry onto another level. Today, we will hear that aircrafts have been taken out of Nigeria for maintenance, but by the special grace of God, Akwa Ibom will be the hub of the aviation industry, where instead of going to Europe or America for maintenance of our various aircraft, will come here. I did listen to the MD of Ibom Air, and I said to him, I said, well, you must keep this maintenance culture that the governor have bequeathed on you people. I remember a few times I had come to the airport late on my way into Akwa Ibom, and the airlines would tell you that 1 minute late, they will not take anybody. And I remember calling the ADC at some point. I said, look, tell them I'm coming to the state and I have a state function. They said, well, sorry, we can't take you. So these are the things that make the aviation industry thick. If you must operate the aviation industry and this the airlines must succeed, you must ensure that those standards are put in place and are set. And that's why sometimes we find out that we have airlines that do not stand the test of time. But Ibom Airline, with your guidance and leadership, is here to stay. I can only congratulate you, Your Excellency, and wish you the very best. Wish you God's guidance, wish you good health, and pray to God Almighty that He grants you the enablement as you hand over Akwa Ibom to your worthy successor in the next 3 days. All we can pray is that God Almighty will grant you good health so that we can tap and they can tap from your wise counsel to put this state on a pedestal of prosperity and progress. Thank you very much. On behalf of the people of the FCT and the Senate, I bring you warm felicitation. To God be the glory.
Thank you very much, distinguished Senator Philip Aduda. Can we please put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen? A lot has been said about the capacity of the MRO to carry the aircraft that will be maintained. If you look at that MRO facility now, you'll find parked the CRJ 900 series and a Gulfstream G450 aircraft, just two. And of course, we now appreciate the work, of course, like the MD of Ibom said, all of the work that needs to be carried out in a sterile environment and the opportunities therein. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the challenge of leadership is being able to determine whether the people behind you are following you or they are chasing you. In Akwa Ibom State, we have witnessed a leader that has been able to get the people of the state to key into his vision, and they are solidly behind him. I believe that by the time that His Excellency Mr. Udom Emmanuel leaves office, time in Akwa Ibom would have been divided into two, because we will be able to talk about Akwa Ibom before Udom Emmanuel, and we can talk about Akwa Ibom after Udom Emmanuel. It is therefore on this note that I want to invite this definitional leader, a gentleman who has exemplified service leadership even in difficult times, a role model even for his colleagues, and a gentleman who has taken the story of Akwa Ibom and Akwa Ibom into national and international reckoning. Please make welcome the visionary himself, the jinx breaker, the record breaking, His Excellency Mr. Udom Emmanuel, to speak on this occasion, after which he will invite our special guest of honor to come forward and speak and commission the facility. Your Excellency, please.
Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful. We are saying thank you, Jesus. Oh Lord, I am very, very grateful for all you have done for me. Oh Lord, I am very, very grateful. And we are saying thank you, Jesus. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful for all you have done for me. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful. We are saying thank you, Jesus. Please, shall we be seated? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, let me first of all apologize to those who seem tired. Normally, these are projects that should have taken us minimum 3 days to commission. But we have more projects than the days. So what do? When we took count last week, we had 27 projects to commission in less than 8 days. So we don't have a choice but to take 3 today. I could see even some of the youths are tired. The women are tired. You are not tired. So we can do more projects today. Can I do more projects today? Okay, tomorrow morning you meet me at the tomato paste factory. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, the youth. Let me also, since I'm making an announcement, also announce that tomorrow morning, since the youths are very strong, I want to commission the tomato paste factory for the youths. Why that factory is because, you know, it rains so much in this region. So we are in and out of seasons of vegetables. So the essence of that factory is the fresh pepper, the cucumber, the tomato. You can easily actually get them into the puree and then process. So we'll do that 11 a.m. prompt tomorrow. You'll be there? Will you be there? After that, we all move straight to Eket. I don't know, somebody sent me a message, he said when you arrive Eket, I was thinking I'm in Miami. When you arrive Eket in the night, you'll be shocked. Whether you're still in Akwa Ibom or you're out of Akwa Ibom. So tomorrow, you join me also as we commission the remodeling of Eket Township. And then after that, we enter the stadium where I'll wave bye-bye to my senatorial district. I'll do what to my senatorial district? I'll tell them bye. Bye. Are you sure? Are you sure? You miss me? What will you miss of me? Tell me what you miss. The what? Thank you, thank you. Please, permit me, we've already set up a whole lot of protocol. I welcome everybody. I'm not meant to speak long here. The special guest will speak. But let me say here, the former governor who laid the foundation for what we are doing today had already said so. Honestly, if you know the number of corporates who are on us over this facility, you will know that it's a gold mine. Even right now, while I was there, I got a message from an African company. Let me not mention which part of Africa. He said, Your Excellency, whether I have one aircraft to maintain or not, first year I'll give you $10 million. Second year I'll give you $30 million. I said, if you give me $10 million, it means you can make 40. Because there's no entrepreneur that can offer you $10 million in year one when he hasn't seen 4 times that amount. I said, no, let me test the market first. And as the MD of Ibom had said, we really want to appreciate the partnership we're holding with Airbus. You know, they are the ones to deliver the new aircraft for us, to actually run most of these facilities. But this is the biggest of these facilities in this part of Africa. And as they said, it can carry two 747-800 series at the same time. And when you enter, for some of us who will do a facility tour, I said so before we came here, if you finish the facility tour in this facility within 40 minutes, it means you've not seen 50% of what we put in there. It looks, normal from this side. But once you get inside, if you have the patience, you now know. So those who are fond of criticizing, somebody came here one time, I said, but this MRO, we've not seen anything. MRO, everything you need is buried inside the ground. They can't run things on the surface. It's highly regulated kind of engineering room that you're seeing there. But as the consultant said, it's a world-class facility. There's no aircraft maintenance company that will not be interested in this facility. And let me also say, during the time of construction, I remember when somebody said, but you say this is the only MRO in Nigeria. When we get to Lagos, we see planes parked inside. There's a difference between a hangar and MRO. People always get confused. If you see a hangar in Lagos, it's not called MRO. After all, we have a hangar there that we park one of our planes. So let people not get confused. MRO means we can maintain, we can repair, and we can overhaul. And where you see where people at times go in, maintenance is something a little bit straightforward and it doesn't take much time. I'm not an engineer, but I'm trying to tell you in a layman's language. By the time you graduate from maintenance, it gets to repair. By the time you get PhD, it gets to overhaul. There's no such facility in this part of Africa, except this. So with this today, I know of recent, I've also tried to talk to the Chief of Air Staff. I don't also see any reason why our Air Force should be going outside to maintain or repair, overhaul their fighter jets. All they need to do is to come here and then we share facilities. A lot of equipment that we're going to put here are going to be universal. So it can actually fit a whole lot. But at the same time, we will concentrate on one maintenance company that will really help us. I know some people are saying, why not give it to Airbus? After all, they're already training your engineers. Well, I cannot say yet, I'm not a technical expert in this, but anyone they arrive at, anyone that will give us more dollars, that's the one we'll go for. So today, it's on this note, once again, I thank the Akwa Ibom people. Let me thank those who shared in this vision. Let me thank those who help us to see much more than others see, which is one of our Dakada's philosophy. Looking beyond what others see, to see the potentials, to see what we have. And today, we are talking about the execution and realization of those potentials. I want to really also thank the company that did the taxi way and rapid exit and apron extension. Apron extension is handled by PW. Taxi way is handled by SAS Premium Consultants Limited. A lot of people will tell you that's a taxiway, but let me also tell you what we've done there. We are hoping that any time from now, the main runway could have a problem, and we might need to go on resurfacing. And the day we do that, all we need to do is to move the approach light to this one you call taxiway, because what we put there can take any small-bodied aircraft. It can land even a 777, even though we don't have that for now. But conveniently, the 320, the 737 can land conveniently once we move the approach lighting. So that's what we are doing. So that once we want to go back, because by the time we start this, we expect heavy-duty aircraft. We expect cargo aircraft to be coming here. And you know the weight of those ones are very, very, very much. So in few months, they will destroy the main runway. So we have an intention to move the approach lighting to this one you call taxiway now. To us, actually, it's a second runway. While we go back again to the main runway so that I can carry the cargo airplanes. And of course, the incoming governor had promised me that the other side of the airport will start a cargo terminal so that we can actually be moving cargo in and out of Akwa Ibom. With this now, I can call on investors that with the number of people that will be coming here to maintain aircraft, Akwa Ibom needs urgently another hotel within this vicinity. If you come with your proposal that you are going to fix minimum of a 4-star hotel, I'm sure the incoming governor will approve a CFO for you immediately.
But don't put it inside the airport so that you don't kill our hotels inside town. Take it a little outside town. Anything along this airport road. If you come, we'll give you land free. And then we give you time. You set up a 4-star, a 5-star hotel that can service this facility. Because a whole lot of them would not be able to drive inside town to go and stay in all the hotels. Or go and stay in Monty Suite, which is also is it a 3 or a 4-star hotel? Or Ibom, which is the 5-star hotel. So once again, I appreciate our royal fathers, especially the paramount rulers, who had waited patiently since morning. And I promise them, this is my last weekend. Thank you for showing me this level of support. And thank you for every other thing. And please, the youths, I keep saying this, it's only on Sunday we won't do commissioning. On Monday, we'll do commissioning before we go to the stadium. Minimum of 2 projects. The Chief Judge's residence, and then we also commission. How many of you have been to the plaza? You've seen the new sculpture there? Okay. We are trying to make sure that plaza matches the vision of the first civilian governor, Obong Victor Ota, who designed it. So if you go there now, you wouldn't even know it's the same plaza you saw some months ago. These are things we try to unveil and get things done. It's on this note, permit me to invite my brother, the former Senate President, the 2-time governor of Kwara State, my brother, Bukola Saraki, to come and give his message of goodwill. He will commission the 2 projects at the same time. He has to commission the MRO and take a facility tour. And then we put him in the bus. He will drive through the taxiway. One of the longest in Nigeria, 3.8 kilometers. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, my dear brother, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, the Deputy Governor, the former Governor of the state, Victor Ata, my brother, former Governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswa, minority leaders, Governor-elect, Deputy Governor-elect. Because of time, let me stand on existing protocol. It gives me, honestly, great pleasure, honor, and delight to be here this afternoon to commission the maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility, and also the Para taxiway. For me, I get a bit sentimental because I remember exactly 2019. I was here, this same spot, when I was here to flag off Ibom Air. And I remember that day, not many people gave my brother a chance. But here we are all celebrating an airline that has not become not only #1 in Nigeria, approach #1 in Africa. And I know and I believe that it will be #1 in the world and compete with others. So to be here again on this visionary project shows the kind of leader you are. I know across the country, we go and commission different projects. I've been a governor before. There are some projects that you don't have to think much about. You can just have bricks and mortar and you commission them. But this is not a project about bricks and mortar. This is a project that have been thought about long-term, short-term, thought about the youth, job creation, talked about sustainability, prosperity. That is when you know a leader who is thinking not only for today and for tomorrow. We have talked about projects that are embarked on by governments. When I mean governments, I mean national government, not subnational governments. When subnational governments carry out projects like this, we cannot continue to commend the individual. The other day, it reminds me, on Monday, we're in Lagos, where we're commissioning a project that should be done by government, by an individual in the commission and the refinery. Those are vision. That's the visionary approach and qualities. My brother, this is what you are doing here. Because you sat down and said to yourself, how can a country continue to miss out on $400 million living in this country? Because that is what it comes to, if you go by the figures that we're giving. And what you are doing here is that in short period of time, with the support of the federal government and the entire country, we must support this and support the incoming governor, so that in a few years' time, all airlines that are flying in Nigeria will come here for maintenance and repair and overhaul. This is what is the vision that I believe you are bringing here. Let me congratulate you, congratulate the entire people of Akwa Ibom. And I'm so proud to be here, to have this great honor to be here to do this. On this note, let me also congratulate you on the taxiway, as Philip Aduda said. And that is why we must really appreciate this project. We have been talking about second runway for many years. It has not happened at the federal level. Yet, a governor came to a state in Akwa Ibom and made it happen. It is not a small feat. I have an opportunity later on to speak at the dinner, and I'll save some of the few words I want to say. But today, once again, my dear brother, I congratulate you. The good people of Akwa Ibom, I congratulate you. And the incoming governor, I know he wants to go and rest. He can go and rest and everything else. But as full consultant, to make sure that this becomes a reality. Not because it requires more than just the state. The national and the federal government must support this to ensure that all the necessary approvals are there that will make it interesting. Because business people, they need an enabling environment that will ensure that every boss, all of them will say, if we are flying to Africa, we must go to Uyo and Akwa Ibom. And that is the future. So my dear brother, we have agreed here unanimously that you will continue to stay to consult on this project for us. Once again, congratulations, and with Almighty God continue to guide you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please let me invite the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Gabriel Suleiman, and all the other guests to please join our Governor and the special guest of honor as they move for the commissioning of the project, please. Please.
It's